the winner of this will get to go to the World Youth Championship. So a lot on the line for these two young men. Kian Hansen, the javelin, versus young master Otton, whose name I didn't catch, because quite frankly, you know as much as we do here. Ron Malarkey joining me, Dan Dawson, in the commentary box for a game that we know little about, but will attempt to talk over for the next however long it lasts.
My fault that, Dan. Sorry, I was talking over Richard Ashdown there. But, yeah, as you say, plenty at stake here. A place in the PDC World Championships youth events at the end of the year. Russ Bray will be calling this one.
Clayton Otton, there we go. I knew his name was something Otton. It's Clayton Otton, of course it is.
Named after Clayton Blackmore, the former Manchester United defender.
Just making that up.
Prove I'm not right. Best of 7 legs this encounter.
Oh, here we go. Look at this. I've got information for us. It's been handed into my sweaty partner. Kian Hansen, 18 years old, the javelin, versus Clayton Otton, a 17-year-old with the nickname the Nerve. Well, they're not hanging around. Best of sevens, first of 4 legs. We have seen a number of youth academies spring up all around. Oh, there we go. It's all got something a lot louder. Yeah, a number of youth academies set up all over the place. The sterling work that is being done by Steve Brown and the Junior Darts Corporation, but they've got franchises around the place with Jamie Caven's Darts Academy, that's in Derby.
100.
And they've got a very set system there where you have coloured shirts. So, you know, a bit like you have belts with karate or whatever. So if you have,
36.
I think they do it on averages. If you have averages over a set number of weeks that reach a certain level, then you qualify for a green shirt or black shirt or whatever.
Well, I'm thinking if your average is 123.4, then you get the...
You get the green shirt. You get the Michael Van Gogh in green shirt, yeah.
100.
I believe these two have emerged from a field of more than 300 to get this far as well. So they've
60.
already achieved a great deal in reaching this stage, and just wonder whether they've played on a stage like this before. And credit to the crowd for hanging around to give them support as well.
I assume there's some friends and family in the crowd as well to see him.
55. Kieran, you require 114.
Triple 18 for tops.
58. Clayton, you require 110.
Well, Hansen clearly has the height advantage in this one.
60. Kieran, you require 56.
Okay, why not? Go on.
Go on.
Double top, double 8. Oh, he's busted
Busted on double 16. He was so close.
Absolutely brutal. That would have been a heck of a way to win your first game on the big stage. Oh, he's got next door as well.
Game
Oh,
shot.
how about this?
Clayton Hansen.
That's how you want to win a leg of darts.
Game on.
Well, flamboyant finishing of the like we have not seen this weekend.
55.
Take a note, Wayne Jones.
Yeah. Clayton on double finish.
41.
Throwing what appear to be Phil the Power Taylor, at least inspired darts. Couldn't tell you if the barrels are Taylor one, but the flights certainly are.
100.
Nod of the head from Kian Hansen. And they look like
100.
old Taylor darts, those ones. Clayton Otton, busy little player, scurrying around on the stage, retrieving his darts quickly.
43.
I'd like to think these two have had the opportunity as well to speak with the current World Youth Champion, Max Hopp, who is very much in the frame
50.
this weekend through to the last 16.
Well, these all got to start somewhere.
26.
And as we mentioned before, I think Anthony Lopez is involved in the Gibraltar Darts Academy they've got here. think Target Darts are one of the sponsors of them and provide equipment and things like that.
Of course, it's the one title that Van Gerwen didn't win.
59.
I think I'm fairly sure I'm right in saying that. Lost to James Hubbard one year.
Lost to James Hubbard and lost to Michael
81.
Smith. Right, or Michael Smith beat Ricky Evans. To be fair, he has made up for it since Michael Van Gerwen.
Partially, yes.
In that there is not a single PDC major that he is.
I was going to draw the parallel with Ayrton Senna, who
58.
dominated the world of F1, of course, in the 80s and early 90s, but his biggest regret was not winning the
60.
karting series when he was a kid.
60.
And he was forever envious of an unknown driver from Norfolk who pipped him to the title in 1978. And it was Senna's greatest regret. Despite all the fortune and fame and the titles that came his way, he couldn't let it go. The fact that the karting series had escaped him as a youngster.
92.
Well, Otton set it up.
Can
They probably
you
should
require
have.
100?
Oh, he hasn't set it up, actually. He's going for the 10, I think. But
Game
that is
shot
a
of
great
second
takeout
leg.
from Kian Hansen. I tell you what, the finish in here,
Third leg, Clayton.
very impressive.
83.
Don't think Novak Djokovic ever won a junior Grand Slam either. I'm drawing parallels here. I'm trying to just equate it to darts.
I mean, what you seem to be drawing parallels to, if you want to be a true great at the game, the best thing to do is just throw this one away. You don't want to, don't win anything too early.
Don't want to be World Youth Champion.
Save it all up.
100.
Well, you know, winning things as a young man or woman, there's no guarantee
41.
of greatness. We have seen Michael Smith is a great example of somebody who's won the World Youth, and he's gone on and won a number of senior titles.
40.
Up there in the top echelons of the world ranking, playing in the Premier League this year, of course. But James Hubbard's having a very, very tough time of it.
59.
Michael Van Gerwen in the World Youth Championship final, went to the Grand Slam as the World Youth Champion, played Phil Taylor, gave him a bit of a game, and the power did his
30.
usual thing of going, cracking little player this, you want to watch out for him, he's one for the future. And it's not really happened for James Hubbard. He's sort of gone backwards in his
100.
progression. Still a young man, and anything could happen. Remember, Michael Van Gerwen spent years in the doldrums after winning the World Masters before
41.
evolving into the all-conquering colossus of darts that he is now. Kian Hansen
90.
has to settle for 90, but he's left himself the big one. The way these two are finishing, it could happen. How good would that be to take out 170 on the big stage?
45. Kieran, you require 170.
Yep, I was right, by the way, about Djokovic. Best he ever did was the semi-finals at the Aussie Open
Yeah, he's rubbish, isn't he?
when he was 16. What has he done since?
Yeah, who is he anyway?
I digress.
60. Kieran, you require 120.
Now then, the 1-2-5, this always looks good. Not when you hit the 4, but never mind.
69.
That'll do.
Clayton, you
That'll do
require
for Kian Hansen.
102. 40.
Some decent money to be had in youth darts now, the Junior Darts Corporation. You're talking something like, we're talking in the thousands in terms of the prize pot for
Game
it.
shot,
And
the
look
third
at
leg.
this.
Kian
Kian Hansen
Fourth leg,
come
Kian,
from behind to go
first.
2-1 up, and the finishing has been ever so good.
And the incentives are there on the development tour, for example, as well.
Well, certainly the development tour. I mean, you talk to, say, some of the officials and the markers,
95.
and they'll be the same guys doing Challenge Tour and Development Tour. Now, you talk to them now, and they've said
98.
repeatedly over the last year, 18 months, that the standard on the Development Tour is probably better than the Challenge Tour. So the
60.
Challenge Tour is basically anybody outside of the tour card holders. So they can be any age. You've got a lot of players coming up, but you've got some
60.
players on the downslope in their careers. And some who were just, never quite good enough to make the 128, or they've dipped in and out of holding a tour card.
85.
The Development Tour is all for players under 24, and they say the standard is just terrifying.
Yeah.
You know, there will be, as you expect with young players, they'll be inconsistent, and they have to learn to take their game onto big stages and things like that. You know, they've got to get that experience, but their ability to go and throw really good legs over and over again is terrifying. You know, the game seems to be in a very good state with the investment they've put into youth players. It is, of course, you know, the youth tour, as it was called then, is what Michael van Gerwen credits with his ability to become the player he is today. He said, I needed to learn how to win and be confident in my own abilities, because playing senior darts and getting battered all the time just wasn't doing it for him. Hansen comes downstairs looking at treble 19, not to be. Oh, he's unfortunate there. Went to treble 10 and hit treble 15.
Clayton, you require 117.
And Clayton not to take out a 117. Oh, great dart. Great dart.
Come on, finish it off.
Oh, unlucky. Unlucky.
Kieran, you require 17.
Double 8.
Game
oh my word.
Hansen,
Well, 20 dart leg there. That is significantly better than some of the legs the pros have been throwing this weekend. Well, there's some pros here who haven't managed to win a leg of darts over the course of this weekend.
The 29 dart leg, who was that yesterday that I mentioned earlier on today?
Was that?
That was the Alan Norris. Well, no.
The Alan Norris, George Federico.
I've got it in my notes here.
60.
It was in my carefully scripted.
Oh, I'll let you dig through the.
I'm going to give you the answer to the Michael van Gerwen question in a moment as well. It's something I've dragged up. Steve West, Kyle Anderson. There was a 29 dart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The game that involved 11 180s still had a 29 dart leg.
Yeah. Right. James Hubbard beat Michael van Gerwen in the 2012 final. 2011 it 41. Was Aaron Monk.
Aaron Monk, of course.
Michael Smith beat Ricky Evans in 2013. Keegan Brown, champion 2 years ago.
Yes, and Aaron Monk, another guy who, you know, tipped for greatness, won the New Kids on the Oki event, I believe. Was certainly in the running to win it. That involved Michael Smith and Joe Cullen.
45.
And World Youth Champion as well. And big things predicted. And he had a dull spell, but he seems to be coming back into some form now. We saw him at the UK Open playing some good darts. Good to see Aaron playing away. He's certainly looking very well at the UK Open.
54.
16 years, the minimum age requirement for this World Youth Championship. It was 14 when Van Gerwen entered it in the first edition in 2011.
64.
Oh, neck and neck in this leg. It's one that Clayton Otton needs to stay alive. It's only a race to 4.
41.
Kian Hansen. Look, there's a lot of positives to take from this game. The finishing has been really, really good from both players.
59.
Will it get a bit nervy for Kian Hansen now that the winning post is in sight?
41. Kian, you require 114.
Closing in.
Ooh, unlucky. Unlucky, just straying into the 1.
40. Clayton,
that's 40 off, so 103 for Clayton Otton.
.26. Kian, you require
okay, so he can do it in 2 darts. Gonna use all 3. Ooh, nearly bust it, but no, tops he wants.
54.
Ooh, didn't get up.
Clayton,
get up.
you require 77.
Moves across, tops he wants.
57.
Oh, that's just shy. It's a well-thrown dart, and it may be the last one he throws. We'll see. Kian Hansen looking at double 10 for a place in the World Youth Championship. Big prize for these two on offer. And it may just get a little bit nervy, you feel.
20. The
nerve holds his nerve and he pulls it back to 3-2.
Kian to throw first. Game on.
What to do? I've got to say, there's more about Clayton Otton on the internet than there is about George Federico and David Francis. It was a real struggle to find anything about those two guys yesterday.
60.
But Clayton Otton, not a problem at all. There's loads about him.
Do tell.
Well,
45.
The connection is a bit sluggish at the moment, but he's basically every youth tournament he's ever entered has been widely covered in the local press here.
45.
So you say he's the future Dyson Parodi.
He claimed the, well, news stories, claims the 2nd youth ranking tournament of the year, the 3rd youth ranking tournament of the year.
140.
Very prolific so far in 2015-2016.
Well, this may be something of an upset there. Kian Hansen, if he can pull off the victory.
60. $43.
Story here about Clayton Otton potentially playing somebody from John O'Groats. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this story. But the internet connection has gone kaput here, so we'll try and dig that out later.
60.
We'll fill you in the course of the evening session.
That is a tease, if ever I heard one malarkey.
Oh, going from John O'Groats to a European Tour event, that would be an undertaking.
Just don't get directed by Darren Webster. Darren Webster will have you somewhere near Caracas.
46. $82
gets Clayton Otton down to a finish. We might be going to a last leg decider here, folks, in what is quite possibly the biggest game
60.
of these two young men's lives.
You require 150.
Should have gone bull there.
Well,
43.
that would have taken some nerve. Kian Hansen, 170. Oh, he's not far away with that first dart. Nice to come down the board from the 19.
42. Clayton, you require
Has to
107.
settle for 42. Otton has the advantage here. He would be...
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, double 16.
Yeah, he's not gone the ball route.
75.
Wow, the missed darts take us to a decider. Can Kian Hansen nick this? 128. Treble 20 for bullseye. Just shy of it.
56.
Clayton Otton to take us the distance. Double 8 just next door. Still double 8.
24. Kian, you require 72.
Yeah, frustration there for Otton. Another one of those.
So unfortunate.
Would have left double 16, but it bounces out, and he's
Nice.
busted as well. Would you believe it?
8.
Well, maybe on another day you might have gone 12 for tops. Down for double 2.
No score.
Oh, well, better bust it than come inside on the double 2 there, so not the end of the world. Kian Hansen's going to stay on the 20s. Now is he going to do the same thing? Yeah, but that's okay. Double 16.
48.
Well, he'll be back for double 12, assuming that Otton
8.
doesn't take out the double 4. And there it is, and we are going all the way to a deciding leg.
7th and final leg.
Look at the hands, and Clayton Otton has the advantage of throwing first. But that's the first real leg where we've had any problems on the
37.
on the doubles, and 137 for Clayton Otton. It's been an impressive fight back from him, and what a way to start. That's not a bad effort.
94.
Oh.
81.
We'll settle for that, Clayton.
45. $100.
Likes that, doesn't he?
He's like a mini Dyson in terms of the, he was celebrating. Oh,
Striding over to the edge of the stage. If he pulls off one of those,
45.
bundle of energy, Clayton Otton. Doesn't stop moving. A good looking throw, though. I gotta say, there's straight up and down.
Yeah, there's plenty of venom behind that as well.
Does fling it in the board.
60. Clayton, you require 130.
Well, he has a cushion here.
51.
That's all right, leaves him 80. Tops would be some finish, wouldn't it? And deciding leg of the biggest game of your life. To make it to the World Youth Championship.
43.
It could happen,
Clayton,
you
you
know.
require
Is he going to go for it?
80.
Treble 10 bull. Cool. No.
Another 20.
Yep, here we
Now
go.
tops.
Game
And
shot.
gets it. And well
And the
done,
match.
Clayton Otton. He comes from
Clayton
3-1
Otton.
down to beat Kian Hansen. And maybe we will see something from him in the World Youth Championships, and maybe for a number of years to come. So very brief internet search on it. Turns out he's one of the top players in Gibraltar Youth Darts, and he's crowned that by winning this tournament here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give both young men a great round of applause. A match that went all the way. Firstly, let's hear it for the javelin. Come on, a round of applause. Hansen. But the winner there in that